Tim, good to see you again. What's new with Green Holds this year? What have you got?
Well, we did something we think pretty exciting. So we managed to, it's very simple actually, we managed to make climbing holds out of climbing ropes. So we already manufacture holds made out of polyamide, and we retrieved the polyamide out of the automotive industry. So we already made it from waste. But then we were having lunch with somebody from Petzl and having a chat, and the question was, what are your ropes made of? And they said like nylon, and we were like, all right, that could be maybe a possibility. And we started a circular supply chain project with several partners. So we involved the total supply chain within this project. And together with students of the University of Maastricht and Applied Science in Heerlen, we executed a feasibility study to see if it is technically possible to make climbing holds out of climbing ropes. And actually last week, Tuesday, we made the first prototype, and it's very exciting that it is possible to take a waste stream out of the sports climbing market and transform it in a new application in a climbing hold and put it back in the market within another product. Yep. So we think it's pretty exciting.
Where have you sourced all this information from?
So yeah, that is research, what the students do. First of all, we have to know if the nylon we are going to retrieve out of the ropes is of good quality. So this is all laboratory work. We are located in the south of Netherlands, on the second biggest chemistry site of Europe. So we have a lot of research infrastructure. We have a lot of companies with the knowledge. We have the professorships of the universities. So it gives us the possibility to do proper research and development. And one of the things was checking the quality of the rope, the quality of the fluff, which is the raw material that we use to make the granulate. And once we have the granulate, we have to check if the quality of the granulate is good for the requirements we need for our climbing holds.
Okay, brilliant. Is there any way of, so this is just a combination of the fluff in terms of colour. How would the process evolve to then add coloured holds?
Yeah, for now it's brown,
because
it's a combination of all the colours of the ropes. So we can make this one black, but it is pretty easy to separate the mantle, I believe it's in English, from the core, and the core is white. So it is pretty easy to only use the core to make the granulate, and that would be a white granulate, and we can add a master batch, that's a color pigment, to make it blue, yellow, red, purple, whatever color you want.
Okay, how is this going to evolve? What you've applied for Erasmus funding and that sort of thing, so how is this going to evolve and expand and bring us a whole new hold range to play with?
The Erasmus funding is kind of different. Has something to do with this, of course, because these are the things that we want to do to make the transition towards a circular economy. So that is a separate thing, but with this project, the first thing we did is a feasibility study. So we know now that it's technically possible. And now the next step is to get back on the table again with the supply chain and talk with each other, okay, so we can make climbing holds out of climbing ropes. What will be the next step? So how are we going to collect the ropes? How will we do the logistics? How will we do the processing? Is there a business model within? That's also important. So that will be the next step, and I assume that we will apply for another subsidy to fit it in another project, because we are like Green Holds, but Green Holds is not just one company. I think yesterday we had a presentation. It is essential to collaborate with other parties within the market, outside of the market. Innovation always happens on the edges of several knowledge fields, so we can never do this alone. You always need partners for this.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to learn about it.
Yeah, cool.